Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Asher, and thank you for joining me for another episode of the Steam Shuffle. And today we are taking a look at Sneaky Ninja that was developed by Starfall Studios after a successful Kickstarter of a very humble asking of $10,000. They have brought us this, and it's a very interesting concept, and I really like the art style that I've seen thus far. But Sneaky Ninja is basically a 2D platformer in a vein of Mario, but you're actually a ninja, and there's a lot more stealth mechanics and item usage and things like that. And there is not a release date per se yet. As of right now, it's listed for a Q3 launch. I know originally they were wanting to launch it in July, but we're a little bit past that. And this is not only coming to PC, it's also going to be launching on the Wii U as well. So the Ninja 101 level on here is the tutorial, so we'll be skipping that one. But I have played everything that is in the beta thus far, and keep in mind this is a beta in every sense of the word, so if you see any graphical glitches or anything like that, it's to be expected. It's not finished, but the guys over at Starfall Studios, were gracious enough to give me a key so I could do this review for them, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm actually quite impressed. It's a fun little game. Let's go ahead and jump into the first level to kind of go through a few of the things here, because there's actually quite a bit to cover on here. You have your 4 difficulty levels. I was able to do Grandmaster on like 1 or 2 levels, but I like the ninja setting for me. There are 4 different playable characters. Each one has a specific spell that they can use that none of the others they can use. The Grasshopper, Taro, Kaida, which is more of a weapons expert, Shoji, which is more for sneaking, and Miyu, which has a lure. It's like she makes a decoy and it distracts the guards for some time. Between all 4 of them, there's not a whole lot of difference, because you can see the right there where the items are. I can change those and pick the ones that the other ones are not starting with. So whatever you're more comfortable with, you pick whichever item you want, and depending on the difficulty, you'll have a different amount of items. So the easier difficulties, you get like 8 of each one. So that's a little too easy for my taste. Let's go just Taro, because he's probably my favorite. Other than the different special abilities they have, I don't feel like it changes my gameplay too much, except for Kaida. His is really nice. Anytime you're using your weapons, it slows down time. But Taro, if you get hit, he does a substitution log and gives you a chance to get away. So this is Sneaky Ninja. So it's got a really cutesy art style to it. I would say maybe something akin to the childish aspect of it, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think it's just cute. Your guys are pretty much blobs in ninja suits, and you can pick up like rocks on the ground if you want to use an extra item on there. But you'll see the top, I have quite a few different ones to use. And you actually have a surprising amount of movement that you can do as well. You have your double jump, you can crouch and hide and sneak, and it would be possible for me to beat this entire level without alerting a single guard. Or I could kill every single guard. Really, it's up to you. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier, that there's a lot more going on here. There's a wheel that I can pick all my different weapons, as well as a magic meter. I have 3 different magic spells, but the other characters have a 4th. Let me grab the katana here, because that's typically going to be the one I use the most. There we go. It's the trigger. It's been a while. So your trigger is going to be the attack. I got hit there, so that's on a timer. That's his special ability. But let's go ahead and sneak up on guy right here. And if they do find you, these guys are pretty relentless. Now, you don't just have to use weapons or items. You can jump on their heads. It can to a Mario style as well. And it's got a lot of different elements of different games into it. Yes, it has your sneaking elements on it, and it actually is a fairly competent stealth game with the amount of different ways that you can tackle these different obstacles and each different path you can take. I need to use an item because I'm going to die if I don't. There we go. Let's eat our food. Grab some shurikens here. Kind of show off the aiming. So you aim with the right stick while you're holding down the attack button, and there we go. And see, we can go down here, make sure we grab our coins, and completely bypass those guys up there. Or if you're going on a genocide run, if you will, you would go up and want to kill and take out every single person, which you're going to have a hard time, especially on the higher difficulties, because you're simply going to run out of charges of weapons, so you're going to have to jump on their heads, and some of the enemies do take more damage than others. Now, there is a run button as well, and that's another aspect of this that I could see maybe like a speed run type of gameplay, if that's really more what you're into, and just get through the level as quickly as possible, because right now I'm flying through it. Just kind of smack that guy right there. It took me a while to figure this out, but the sword actually has a charge ability as well, but you can't attack when the hidden portion is going on, so let that wear off there for a second. There we go. Charge up the sword, and there we go. I was completely unprepared for that, but oh, come on, get out of there. Have a little dash ability if you double tap that does have a recharge on it. I just ran into more guys, but we're going to take them out no problem. Whew, that was close. All right. So this is the first level, and you can already clearly see the different paths and different ways that you could tackle this. And again, this is on a normal difficulty, so this is a lot easier than what it could potentially be, depending on what level of challenge you want to give yourself. Oh, Samurai was giving us some problems. And I think that's really what's impressed me the most so far, is the different avenues of which you can take to play it your way. I tend to try to pretty much take out everyone I can. That guy is going to be a problem, though. Let's switch over to our mines. Set one there. Set one there. And we're going to lure in him with a shuriken. Come here, buddy. Yep, that was me. Here you go. You can have another one. Oh, he's coming. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There we go. Yeah, so I could have completely avoided that guy if I wanted to. I could have grabbed a helmet of another ninja, and if I'm turned around, or a samurai rather, if I'm turned around, they can't see you, basically. They can't tell that you're actually a ninja. Or I could have just let him pat around and completely snuck around him. The choice is really up to you. Now, I will say... Oh, I didn't want you to see me. There we go. I will say that when I was first playing through here doing research for the video, that I found myself at one point saying, this is nice, but I kind of was hoping for more platforming elements. And then I got to a level that is pure platforming and no enemies whatsoever. So it's in there. It may not look like there's a whole lot of platform elements, but there are some levels that's exactly what they are. It's varied in your level type as well. And it's not completely finished, but some of the other worlds, they do change the music in it and the backdrops. And the music, I must say, fits the tone quite well as well. Let's see how we're going to do this one. So how about we just throw a bomb? There you go. That'll take care of you. Drop another mine here. By the way, this guy here gives you a couple of items. He functions as your checkpoint guy. That worked too. All right. So we're working on a pretty successful genocide run here, and I haven't even had a chance to show off the magic yet, but there. That's one of the magic abilities I have. You can turn out the lights. The other ones that you have, oh, there we go, are slow time and poof, which poof is simply a teleport. You can even go through walls with this. I will say that out of the three magic abilities, slow time is by far the most beneficial, and it almost feels kind of cheap, because when you use that, you can decimate an entire screen if you want, or you can make it a fair distance before it actually wears off as well. I don't think I can... Yeah, we'd have to poof to get through that, I believe. There we go. Get a whole bunch more items. Now, was that really necessary? Not really. I could easily beat the entire level without alerting a single person if I wanted to. I am very curious to see if there will be more speed runs of this, or what the most optimum way to play is going to be. But there again, it's really whatever your personal preference is. Like right here, I think I want to blow all those guys up. You can have that. There you go. Thanks for that, guys. All that's left was their helmets. But I can speed through this, and the other guy doesn't even see me. And there we go. So this is your ending portion. You simply just need to time your swing with the beat when they all jump. Like so. And that will give you bonus points at the end of the level. Alright, so I got a B rank. I've done a little bit better than that before. I took quite a bit of damage on this one. A little bit more difficult to do while commentating, but... And you can replay these as many times as you want, with whatever characters you want, with whatever items that you want, and whatever difficulty that you want. Let me jump on to the next... Actually, you know what? We'll jump to Chapter 2. And show off a little bit of a different scenery. And I will try to do this one with being as stealthy as I can. Let's try not to grab any attention and try to kill as few guys as we can. Different branches and foliage like this you can also hide in, and when someone walks by you can take them out. So it took me a while to realize that too, because I feel like myself wanting to just zip through this level. Alright, so we're hidden right now. Let them... Oh, he found one of my weapons. That's not good. Nope, you're good. No one here except a sheep. Let's grab one of those sheep. Whoop! Nope, didn't want to do that. Is he going to find me? Run, sheepy, run! Oh, okay. We got out of there. Not quite sure how, but we got out of there. Now, it would be a whole lot easier if I took out some of these guys in a key manner. I think maybe... Well, no, because I want to try to do it without taking out anybody. It's just going to be fairly difficult to do. Unless we use this right here. So, slow time. This is what I was talking about. This is such a powerful ability. I can simply just skip portions if I need to. There we are. Let's see if we can whoop, sneak past that guy right there. Now there's really nothing to hide except that tree, so maybe we need to wait for this Pat. Let me let that guy turn around real quick, and I'm going to jump into that tree. There we go. Go! Oh, checkpoint. Alright. We're doing good so far. We haven't had to kill a single person. We've only been seen once, but he didn't even hit us, so we'll throw that one up to just checking out the level, because I've only done this one once. Now this is going to be pretty hard to do without killing anybody. Alright, slow time. I think the slow time aspect is... It's okay because you don't have to use it, but it's always the path of least resistance, you know. It's going to be difficult for people to forget it's there. So maybe on some of the harder difficulties it would be a good idea for them to disable that, because it does make it fairly trivial with that there. Is this... Can I walk on this all the way? I can. Okay. There we go. Kind of sneak through the rafters there. Whoop! And we did it! Boom, boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. There we go. We beat the level, only got seen once, didn't have to take out a single person. And there you go. So you'll get your pacifist achievement, you'll get the untouchable, the first try, no enemies defeated, and I only got caught one time. So I bet if I didn't get spotted that one time, I still would have got an S ranking, but I believe you can get an S ranking if you take out everyone at the same time. I'm not 100% on that. Maybe the only way to get S is to do it the sneaky way. But it's still fun even if you don't. Let me show, before we go, the platforming level, because I really like this one. Now, difficulty on this doesn't really matter because there are no enemies present. But I thought this one was really unique and really interesting. I know I'm not showing the other characters off, but again, I didn't find much of a... There's really very little to any difference except one ability that each character has. So that's why I'm sticking with the little ninja guy here. But I want to kind of show some of these platforming off because it is competent and it is actually fun with the platforming. My only gripe with them... Oh, let's not stab ourselves. There we go. Would be that there's maybe not enough of it. Maybe some more platforming levels would be nice, because I do enjoy them. But I really like my platformers. There we go. Grab our coins. I'm not 100% sure how to get up there without poofing, and you can't use magic. Oh, I guess you can use poof. Okay. So we can use poof. That's what it is. Boop. There we go. Boop. There we go. And one more jump. Can I grab the vines with... Okay, we'll just wall jump off it. There we go. Haha. The controls are really, really tight. So that's why I think I enjoy the platforming bit so much. Because it's very responsive. I mean, I haven't felt like I've died to something that wasn't my fault. And there's not very many really leaps of faith that I've found thus far either. Kind of cleared that. See, that was totally my fault. If I would have went down on that vine further, I would have been able to swing just fine. So it's going to start us at the beginning. And this is another example of branching paths and different ways that you can go about completing the level as well. Because I'm going the bottom route right now. But I guarantee you, I just died. I guarantee you I can go the top route as well. You do have unlimited lives. It just will lower your score depending on how many times you have tried to beat the level. So that ranking at the end, you want to try to beat it on your first try. But since it's completely replayable, I'm not saying this is going to be a game that's difficult to beat, but to master it on the harder difficulties to get the higher ranks, that's not going to... I mean, it's not going to be Tenchu levels of stealth or ability, but it's not going to be easy. That's where the challenge is going to lie. But I like the fact that it also has a level where your not so competent or casual players can also enjoy it. So I think they've done it in a way that doesn't really... It doesn't mess with the actual game, like numbers wise, when you actually up the... How did I get first try, beat the level without restarting? Huh. That may be one of the glitches in the beta, because I clearly died a couple of times. Anyways, I like how they make the difficulty higher without just raising the number of someone's health or lowering your health. They simply make it more difficult by giving you less items, or maybe just some more enemies, and they're more aware that you can't see them, a off-screen indicator, things like that. It's not an artificial difficulty increase. And I can appreciate that, because that's always one of my big concerns with any type of difficulty levels, is simply just upping the numbers. I kind of want to show off Minecart Madness, because I thought it was a unique level, but last time I did it, one time it crashed, and one time it didn't. So we'll try it. We'll see if we can get in. Beta is beta, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can get this. I can't do the snow levels without them crashing, or I'd show those off. But I'm probably not going to finish this level. I just kind of wanted to show it off. Okay, it looks like it loaded all right this time. This is kind of a platforming level, but it's kind of not, because obviously there's enemies. And this may be taking a page out of Donkey Kong, but it was still enjoyable to me. You can actually... I'm controlling the minecart. It doesn't go on its own, and you do jump it. But the level design, I mean, it's not a whole lot different mechanically, but the music in it, and even the enemies, their helmets and everything, they change at least a little bit. So it's about as much as you could do with a 2D platformer of this nature. And they do throw in some sort of mechanic to keep you going. Like on the second world, there was the buildings that you could access. On this one, there's the minecarts. I would like to try the snow level, but I couldn't, because that one crashed on us. So little subtle changes and introducing you to more mechanics, that's the way it should be done. That way it doesn't feel quite as samey. I can tell you by that after playing every level that it will allow me to play in the beta, that I want to keep playing. I want more levels. I think if they could get away with a... Let's run away from that guy. If they could actually somehow add maybe a level editor in it, that would be a great way to increase the longevity of the game. Because I'm sure I'm not sure how many levels are going to be in it, but or how many worlds, but if it goes like 5 per level, it's going to be a fairly short game. I don't have any information on pricing as of right now either. But if it's reasonably priced, I've enjoyed my time in the beta, and I will most likely pick it up on launch as well. Found us a little secret in here. Aww. I'm not going to get it. Oh, well. I said I wasn't going to finish this level, but I think I'm pretty close to the end. climb up the spike here. Oh, that's a bomb. That's not the shuriken. Whoops. Oh, that'll work as well. Hi, how you doing? Oh! Nope. Can't see me. Over here. Yeah, these guys are pretty relentless. I know on the harder difficulties, they will chase you down, too. They throw the rock to stun you, and then you have your 3 hits and you're done. So, it's definitely not the easiest. If you are used to platformers of this nature, that obviously I'm not supposed to be able to do. Whoops! If you're used to platformers of this nature, you may want to do hard or grandmaster, especially if you are really heavy into a stealth genre, because again, this is not like this is not your Splinter Cell or your, what's the other one? Jesus, Metal Gear Solid. This is more Mario level of gameplay, and that's kind of the target audience as well, but that doesn't mean that it can't be fun for of all ages. And I did finish the level. Fantastic. There we go. I think that's a pretty good place to leave off. Again, Sneaky Ninja by Starfall Studios. Available Q3, so expect that here very soon on launch on PC and then Wii U shortly after that. My name has been Asher. If you guys like what you see, give me a like, comment, subscribe, and any positive or negative feedback you may have, let me know that too. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.